Once again, we're coming your way from beautiful PNC Park, where tonight the Pirates take on the Cincinnati Reds in the second game of their three-game series, continuing the second to last homestand of the year. Joe Musgrove will take the hill for the Buccos. He'll be opposed by lefty Cody Reed as the Pirates try to make it two straight over the Reds. Greg Brown, along with Bob Walk and Dan Potash, will join us a bit later on. Pirates won yesterday on Labor Day, and Adam Frazier was 4 for 4. Bob, his second career 4-hit game. Since he was recalled most recently toward late July, he's been a man on a mission.
Yeah, since he's been called up, it seems like we just can't quit talking about him. But the reason is he just does not quit hitting. I mean, he is just pounding the baseball game after game every time he gets in that lineup. And we knew all along that he could be a guy that get a lot of base hits, hit for a high average. There's been talk, could he win a batting title someday? Yeah, possibly could, but something he's added this year is that power. He's getting the ball over the fence. Not that he's a great power hitter, but still he's more of a complete hitter, and he's also dominating left-handed pitching this year.
He homered yesterday. So too did Gregory Polanco. New career high for El Cafe, 23 homers. These two guys have combined to hit the last 8 home runs for the Pirates, so it's really been much of the offense.
Oh yeah, 19 RBIs. They've knocked in the vast majority of the runs in the last 10 games.
So Adam Frazier and Gregory Polanco will both be in the starting lineup. The lineups are going to look a lot different over the last few weeks of the season. More recalls today from the minor leagues. The only guy of that list that has not played in a major league game is Kevin Kramer, part of that Seinfeld middle infield at AAA Indianapolis with Kevin Newman. Ryan Lavarnway, a veteran catcher, was a minor league free agent signee by the Pirates this winter, and Jordan Luplow will be in the lineup tonight and left.
Yeah, can't wait to see a lot of these young guys. Kramer, for instance, I mean, you look at those offensive numbers, 15 home runs from middle infielder. That catches your eye.
And the Pirates will be taking on the Cincinnati Reds with the lefty on the hill, Cody Reed, against right-hander Big Joe Musgrove. 7 innings or more, 6 of his last 10 starts. Pirates, Reds, coming up next.
Net is brought to you by Control GX, the first shampoo that gradually reduces gray, and by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. Let's go Bucks!
And we welcome you back to PNC Park for the Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. And it is, as we said earlier, really throughout Major League Baseball, crowded dugouts and clubhouses. Got even more crowded today as the Pirates recall a handful of players, including Kevin Kramer. And the bullpen also more crowded.
Yeah, definitely, you know, a packed house this time of year. Although in the modern ballparks with the big clubhouses, they don't feel quite like that. You don't have all the temporary lockers sitting in the middle of the room and that sort of thing like the old days. Guys doubling up, 2 guys to a locker. It's a lot of fun for young guys like Reyes, for instance, who's not been in the big leagues before, and he's going to definitely get a taste of what it's like. He'll know what it, you know, what it's all about once he gets into the winter time or next spring training.
And everyone was excited earlier today because it was Team Photo Day, right, Dan?
Yeah, that's right. You know, when the rosters expand, yes, there are a few more guys in the clubhouse, but it's an opportunity to also take the official team photo for the 2018 season. So at about 3:15, all the guys came out in their white home jerseys, took the official picture, and one guy decided to, well, do things a little different. Veteran Francisco Cervelli decided to pull out the chicken head and put it on, and I did hear a couple of cameras click, so I know that this photo does exist, and I'm sure it'll be on social media at some point. If you've forgotten about the chicken head, it was one of many masks that were worn by the Buccos earlier in the season. After victory, they would be in the clubhouse, and they would kind of parade around to some music and then dance, and that video would then make it to social media the next day, usually Starling Marte, Gregory Polanco, and so forth. But the chicken head also making it to the 2018 Pittsburgh Pirate photo. Okay, whatever works, right, guys?
Exactly. Trying to keep things loose.
Yeah, those picture days, there are always times where guys will mess around a little bit. There's this serious photo, and then there'll be a few others that aren't so serious. And the chicken head, though, that'll be a little different. Kind of like, you know, the Where's Waldo type thing. Try to find it.
Well, the Pirates, Chris Archer, that's a pretty common scene for ball games. Chris Archer accommodating as many fans as he possibly can. Bucks, Jordy Mercer back in the starting lineup today. They're getting ready to take the field. As soon as Joe Musgrove is ready, they will head out there.
He came down from the clubhouse a little, or not the clubhouse, the bullpen, a little late. Took him a little longer maybe to get loose, or maybe got started late. Now he's ready.
He will stop and say a prayer before he crosses the foul line. Joe Musgrove will take the hill for the Pirates for the 17th time, looking for his 6th win. And the second time he will face the Cincinnati Reds. He owes them a bit. They touched him up for 6 runs in 4 1/3 innings back on June 17th. Check out the RAV4 starting lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. Billy Hamilton went 1 for 4 last night, but the Pirates have kept him in check this year. That's a big reason they've won 10 of the 14 games played against Cincy. Jose Peraza's at short. Joey Votto hits 3rd. Scooter Gennett homered yesterday. He's the league's leading hitter. Eugenio Suarez, 31 homers, 100 runs batted in. And it's Scott Schebler and Tucker Barnhart, the switch hitting catcher. Philip Urban is in left, and Cody Reed is on the mound tonight for the Reds.
Joe's numbers on the season, all in very good shape. Anytime you're a starting pitcher, you get that ERA down in the 3s, you're having a solid season.
Yeah, one thing for certain, he wants, not only does he need to get a win, he'd like to start getting the Pirates some wins. They've lost 5 of his last 6 starts, have the Bucks. And of course, the offense has really struggled. That's been a big reason why Musgrove and other pitchers have not won more ball games. Check out the Honda defense. It's Luplow, Marte, and Polanco in the outfield, left to right. Jose Osuna, Adam Frazier on the right side of the infield. Jordy Mercer and Pablo Reyes makes his first major league start. He's at third base. Francisco Cervelli is behind the plate. Reyes started 25 games at third base this year for AAA Indy. He was the super utility man for Indianapolis. Yeah, young Dominican who will turn 25 years old tomorrow. Jose Osuna back in the starting lineup. He's been up and down much of this season, and Jordan Luplow in his third stint with the Pirates will make his 10th start. It is hot, as you know, but it is gorgeous looking across the Allegheny at that skyline as Billy Hamilton steps in. Reds 57 and 79. The Pirates are 67 and 71. You know, the Pirates would like to, they have conceded certainly any postseason hopes, but kind of a mini goal would be, and it won't be easy, to finish above 500. You don't want to go 3 straight years of below 500 baseball. They need to go 15 and 9 to win 82. So will not be easy, but certainly would be a nice goal and a nice achievement down the stretch. 1 ball, 1 strike on Billy Hamilton, hitting just 184 against Pirates pitching this season. Umpires Lance Barksdale behind the plate. Sean Barber at second. Ted Barrett is the crew chief. He's at third. Will Little is the home plate umpire.
Nice chase. For a long time, Hamilton just gave us all kinds of problems. Recently, the Pirates have finally figured him out.
And line right to Jose Osuna. That takes care of the speedster.
Key is to get him to hit the ball in the air. In yesterday's game, a couple of flyouts and a pop-up.
Trevor Williams, another tremendous outing yesterday. 6 2/3 shutout innings. Can't say enough about the job he has done all year long, but this stretch is really becoming historic, what he's doing. Over his last 9 starts, an ERA of 0.66. We are going to talk to Trevor Williams in the bottom of the 3rd inning tonight. Oh, 1 on Peraza. And 0-2. Jose Peraza got yesterday off. Oh, caught looking. Will Little giving Musgrove a little more of that inside corner than Peraza thought he should have. Jim Riggleman took over for Brian Price earlier this season, and the Reds have played better ball.
Borderline pitch after watching the replay.
And here Will Little.
If you take a borderline pitch, I don't think you should look surprised that it got called a strike, or should the pitcher look dumbfounded if it was called a ball. That's why they're borderline, because you don't know which way it's going to go.
On a strike.
You saw that look on Peraza's face, like it was a foot inside.
Line toward right. Polanco going to play it on the hop. A 2-out single for Votto. Another guy that the Pirates have held in check. Joey Votto, hard to believe he's hitting 191 against the Pirates this year. It's just the 10th hit this season against Pirates pitching for Votto. Meanwhile, Scooter Gennett also struggling against the Pirates, though he did homer yesterday.
Well, Pirates have a nice record against the Reds.
Yeah, we're talking about Billy Hamilton, keeping him in check. And if you can, the three guys, Hamilton, Votto, and Jeanette, all hitting under 200 against Pirates pitching. That pretty much sums up why the Pirates are 10-4 this year against Cincy. And now that borderline pitch goes the way of Scooter Jeanette, but I didn't see Musgrove with a surprised look.
No, it's just, those are 50-50s, you know, flip a coin.
And check out the Barrel League leader stat. Reds have a few different guys leading the league in some important offensive categories. Scooter Jeanette, the league's leading hitter. Joey Votto first in on-base percentage. Eugenio Suarez tied for first with Javier Baez of the Cubs in the RBI department. Make no mistake, these Reds can still hit.
Not surprised you got 100 RBIs when he's got those two table setters hitting in front of him. Votto with the on-base percentage, and Jeanette with the batting average. There's people out there to knock in.
A lot of ribeye steaks on that table for Suarez.
He has ate well.
1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Joe Musgrove's last start was against the Cardinals in St. Louis, and he gave up 5 runs in 6 innings. Popped up, that is going out of play. Still 2-2 on the Cincy native, Scooter Jeanette. So a bunch of new players in that dugout. Kevin Newman with his buddy Kevin Kramer. Got him looking, and Jeanette knew it. Couple strikes out looking for Joe Musgrove. Pete Toma did not ask those two to stand next to each other.
There they are. Been waiting for them, and side by side.
Starling Marte will be followed by Adam Frazier. And his second career 4-hit game yesterday. Gregory Polanco, Francisco Cervelli, the cleanup man. Jose Osuna's at first. Jordan Luplow in left. Pablo Reyes mentioned his first major league start. Jordy Mercer is at short, and Joe Musgrove against left-hander Cody Reed. his third start this season.
Yeah, not a lot of experience, especially as a starter. He hasn't thrown more than 73 pitches at any one time. He did that in his last outing. 4 1/3, 4 2/3, something like that.
That was Thursday against the Brewers, and a couple of strikes on Starling Marte. Marte did not have a good game at all yesterday, offensively, defensively. And he starts out striking out tonight. So Cody Reed didn't need his defense working there with Tucker Barnhart. He's got the speedy Billy Hamilton in center, flanked by Phillip Ervin and Scott Schebler. Joey Votto really good over there at first base. Scooter Gennett at second. And offensive-minded Jose Peraza and Eugenio Suarez on the left side of the infield, though they have combined as this ball's lined toward the left center field gap. And Adam Frazier just keeps on keeping on into second base with a stand-up double into the notch.
It's getting very difficult, Greg, to talk about Adam. You run out of things to say about his hitting. I mean, he just steps right up there. Lefty on the mound. I crush lefties. Wham. We're going to start off the game with a double. Or start off Frazier's game. Right to the notch. Hamilton getting over there so quickly that Frazier had to stop at second base. He was thinking about 3 for a moment with 1 out.
Here's Gregory Polanco.
The other big part of the offense over the last couple of weeks.
Career high 23 RBIs, or 23 home runs. Reached yesterday. A 1-out double for Adam Frazier. Polanco's hit 4 of his 23 homers off lefties. Ground ball, and that's going to sneak into left. Frazier had to hold. Not much room there between Suarez and Peraza, but Polanco found that hole, and it's first and third.
You don't normally see that kind of a ground ball out of Polanco, but perfectly placed in the hole.
Francisco Cervelli an opportunity now. He went 1 for 4 yesterday. Pirates have called up another catcher because it's going to be a while before Elias Diaz is going to be ready to catch. So this ball's hit hard, and Frazier just gets out of the way.
Don't hurt Frazier.
Don't go down. Stay up. On him, and it's 0-2. Rattles around in that dugout. Elias Diaz just done talking about him. And Jacob Stallings there smiling with Trevor Williams like a pinball. Trevor says, "I'll get you."
That did not hit anybody.
Really. And a base hit to left. It's 1-0. Cervelli finds the hole between Peraza and Suarez.
Frazier's hitting pays off. It's a double. First run of the game.
Francisco Cervelli, RBI number 50. Jose Osuna starting at first base tonight. The Pirates have said they will try him at first and third, and maybe a corner outfield spot the rest of the month. It's been a difficult season for Osuna at the major league level, but still hit .321 at AAA Indianapolis in 82 games. Drove in 59. Another guy who you would think could benefit from more playing time.
Yeah, so far it looks to me like he just hasn't figured out the sitting on the bench part of the things up here. That how do you do that and maintain your stroke? And that's a problem that you see with a lot of young hitters that have played every day and been a major part of their team every year, or they wouldn't have got to the big leagues. And then you get up here and then you got to kind of sit around a little while. It's not easy for them to figure out sometimes. He's been in a much different role at the big league level than I'm sure he's ever been exposed to at any level he's ever played.
Looking as though the Pirates are going a different direction this time. They're going to start playing the younger players in September. Last year, there's a line drive caught, and it's going to be turned into a double play. Gregory Polanco wandered too far off the bag, and ball hit hard by Osuna. Twin killing. 1-0 Pirates. Run this ball game. Jose Osuna hit the ball hard. Turns into a double play.
And right on the line, you see Polanco took one jump, and that was all it took. Easy double play. Sometimes it's a thin line from success to just an AB on the box score. I mean, Osuna hits that ball hard. If it's a little left, a little right, maybe a couple feet higher, down in the left field corner, RBI double. You were pointing out, Greg, just before that double play ball about the young guys getting a lot more playing time in September.
I was just looking up, for example, and this is different this year. They've already shown that. But well, look at the lineup even tonight with Luplo and Reyes and Osuna. Adam Frazier has certainly earned a starting spot, not just for September, but you would think the leading candidate going into next year is the starting second baseman. But last year, Sean Rodriguez started 13 of the last 18 games played. And obviously, you play a veteran, it takes away from the younger players. Kevin Newman on the right has made several starts last couple weeks at the second and short. And because of that, Jordy Mercer not playing as much. Josh Harrison giving way to Frazier, and there's a strikeout of Suarez. Big home run RBI man, third K for Musgrove.
Yeah, Suarez is another guy that handling pretty good. I mean, look at that first game yesterday. Of course, who does Williams not handle? That's been the case for most of this season.
Out in front of Schebler, 0-2. Schebler was 0 for 3, hit by a pitch yesterday. Now Suarez was 0 for 3 with a walk and struck out 3 times.
The thing about beating these guys is it's the home run ball, and when you play them in a ballpark like PNC Park, I think that becomes a little easier. But that's their offense. That's the game they play.
Oh, another K.
And their home ballpark is very conducive to home runs, so they tend to go for that type of player. You know, maybe the all or nothing to strike out home run guys.
Allegheny Health Network Supermo, the strikeout. That's 3 in a row and 4 already for Musgrove, as he faces Tucker Barnhart, who was 1 out of 4 yesterday, the switch hitting catcher. Barnhart found out today that he was the Reds nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award, while Jameson Taillon is the Pirates nominee for that prestigious award in Major League Baseball. And the award winner will be announced during the World Series. From all 30 clubs, they'll select one. 2-0 on Barnhart. Tomorrow, Roberto Clemente Day. Osuna, and he's a good defender. That's an easy play, and that's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Musgrove. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out. The Bucks lead 1-0. Take a look at the Clemente Bridge, and we mentioned tomorrow's Clemente Day here at PNC Park. And you can enjoy a 2-for-1 ticket offer in most seating categories, plus get to the game early for the pregame ceremony honoring the great one. Special offer is available online only at pirates.com/Clemente. 2-for-1 ticket offer for tomorrow. Final game of this series. First day of preschool. That's a bummer, but first Bucko game, hot diggity. Well, I guess preschool's fun.
Preschool can't be a bummer, Greg. I mean, that's.
But it's a bummer for mom and dad and grandma and grandpa.
Absolutely, yeah. That's
what I meant.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Having to drop them off, it's horrible.
Jordan Luplow.
Stare at the clock for a couple of hours.
Yeah, you stare at the clock, all right. And it goes fast. Let's see, what time is that going to be?
Preschool, yeah, that's a great invention.
Yeah, we got Tommy's kids. Johnny's
they're
kids
not
at preschool.
Yeah,
Johnny's.
One of Johnny's. The other one.
Okay.
Ella's a little young for that.
1-2 strikes on Luplow. His third stint with the Pirates this season. Another guy who, like we were talking about with Osuna, is a different animal when you get to the big leagues. And first of all, you're facing major league pitching, but you're not playing every day, so it can really be difficult. He hit .287 at AAA this year. He has faced Cody Reed several times this season. He homered against him earlier this year when Reed was playing AAA for the Louisville Bats and Luplow for the Indianapolis Indians. So his manager, Brian Esposito, has joined the coaching staff for the Pirates. And a nice stop by Suarez. Gets Luplow.
A couple of really quick steps take away that hole that was really open for business in the first inning. He was able to close it down this time.
Mentioned that Suarez and Peraza are offensive minded. They've struggled with the glove, and here's Pablo Reyes. Already picked up his first major league at bat, but his first big league start, and a fly ball to center.
Well, from watching his 2 at bats, he takes a rip. He goes out there and swings it.
Saw him a little bit of spring training. He actually hit a home run at Lecom Park against Rex Brothers of the Braves.
Big leg kick.
So Pablo Reyes, his first 2 at bats in the big leagues. 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. And now Jordy Mercer, as Reyes goes back to talk to Osuna. It would seem, no guarantees, but it would seem as if we are watching the last few weeks of Mercer in a Pirates uniform. He was a 3rd-round pick of the Pirates in 2008, and again, anything can happen. Bounce to third. And he's retired. And 1-2-3. Go the Bucks through 2. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh.
And if it's Tuesday, that means it's time for Twitter Tuesday. And Edgar was our guest. Let's start with our first question. It comes from Ezra. He wants to know who would win an arm wrestling contest in the Pirate bullpen.
Yeah, of course. I can beat anyone with my big basers that I have, yeah.
Do you think anyone would challenge you, though? Like, would you have a tough fight with somebody in an arm wrestling challenge in the bullpen?
I don't think they want to do it because I'm too strong and they probably scared to do that one.
Okay, so first of all, anybody that pitches in the bullpen, do not use your arm for arm wrestling. Or a pitcher, for that matter. Let's save the arm for the important stuff. But if we're going to go that route just for fun, I'm going to go with the Nightmare. I like Nightmare to give Biceps a challenge.
I love the... I don't know, he said biceps there, his nickname. He had that during Players Weekend on the back of his jersey.
Is Comedina, is he part of that bullpen?
Sure.
Yeah, well, okay. I think he might be able to give him a run for the money. The catchers are tough.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget about Irby Andrade. There we are.
Yeah.
Looking for at that moment where Richard Rodriguez, Ivan Nova, oiled up there.
I think he's got all the other guys intimidated, that's for sure.
Ball hit well toward right center field, but room for Marte. And Philip Urban is retired to start the third. We'll be talking to Trevor Williams in the bottom of the third inning. Maybe he can chime in. Talk a little bit about the bullpen and who might give Edgar Santana a run for his money. Trevor talking to Jacob Stallings.
Trevor's probably going to say Brault.
Yeah, his buddy.
No, I'll bring Brault up and I'll bet you he starts laughing.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. We're letting you, the viewer, in on a question. We're going to, it's like a game show.
Yeah.
We're going to ask, in fact, you'd hashtag Bucks Booth, vote on this. When we bring up Brault, and we'll do it seriously, Bob will do it, as the guy who could beat Santana, will Williams just start bust out laughing? Hashtag Bucks Booth. He doesn't know we're going to ask him that question. He's not hooked up yet to the headset or an earpiece. One-two count on the pitcher, Cody Reed. Cody Reed is 0 for 5 this year. He's 0 for 18 at the major league level at the plate with 15 strikeouts. A few things in baseball are automatic, but that's about as close as it gets. A strikeout coming. 2-2. He was 4 out of 38 in his minor league career with 23 strikeouts.
Looked like a seal. Balance on his nose. A slick seal.
Wow. This was unexpected. The fact that it's gone 7 pitches.
I think it's a little muddy there. Did you see that baseball? A little soft spot there in the dirt. Ball was covered with the little clay or something, trying to cover that spot back up.
Home plate umpire Will Little.
Always wanted to be a grounds crew
yeah.
member and ended up being an umpire instead. You can tell he has training in both regards.
No, that's not the way you do it.
No, you can't be on my crew.
Another umpire that wants to be a member of the grounds crew. Holy mackerel.
Well, we're going to fix the ground again.
2-2. As Joe Musgrove can't put away what would be the by far easiest hitter on this Reds team, and finally gets him. The 9th pitch, 5 Ks.
Big Joe is rolling tonight.
5 of 9 batters have struck out, and the longest at bat so far belongs to Reed, but still he ends up with a strikeout. And now Billy Hamilton, who lined out to first to start the ball game.
Everybody in tight. It's at the corners.
Pirates saw the Reds earlier this year. Hamilton was almost exclusively hitting in the 8th spot of the order. Most recently, he's been at the top. I'm sorry, 9th. The pitcher was hitting 8th.
Yeah.
Billy Hamilton has been better. Last month, he hit 306.
He's hit his way out of that 9th spot. Good job.
And that'll do it. We're going to talk to Trevor Williams when we come back. Joe Musgrove, his colleague, pitching like Trevor Williams. Park, as promised. Trevor Williams joins us on headsets down in the dugout after his sparkling performance yesterday. Just another 6 2/3 innings, 5-hit shutout ball. Trevor, how you feeling?
I'm good. I haven't gotten sore yet. You know, I think I sweat out everything yesterday, so haven't quite gotten sore yet. I thought he was going to hit a homer there.
He was my pick to click tonight.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact.
He loves hitting. He loves hitting. He's always out here. I think he's the only starter that will take BP on his start days. And he's my pick for the first homer.
Well, he definitely loves to play the game, swing the bat, cover first. All these crazy out there. But you also kind of like to do that. You were talking a little bit, I think, yesterday about hitting, and you want to visit all the infielders.
Yeah.
You got to talk to Votto yesterday.
I got to talk to Votto yesterday, and then I almost got my head ripped off by the double play ball. It's always there's always like a threshold when you're running, especially in a day game. Like, am I going to slide here and take out a lot of my energy? Because I don't have a thigh gap, so my legs rub together a lot when I run, so it takes out a lot of energy. So there's a threshold. There's always like a stopping point. Like if I get past this point, okay, I'm going to slide. If not, I have to peel out. And it kind of all happened fast because my brain was still on our my Vado conversation. So it was I hit that threshold a little too late.
So you just peeled out then, huh?
Yeah, peeled out, and then I got to third base once this year against the Padres, and I didn't talk. I think it was the rookie, the one that's hitting all the homers. So we didn't get to talk. Villanueva. He was playing back a lot, so we didn't get to talk. So hopefully, I got a few starts left. I'll get to touch all the bases.
Did you see what Votto did yesterday with the shirts?
Yeah, I saw that exchange.
That was something else.
It's pretty funny. He's a funny guy. All of his conversations, on MLB Network and whatnot are interesting and unique.
Well, what do you think about yourself, the way you're pitching? I mean, it's historical stuff. You got to be excited, pleased, fired up. I mean, what are your thoughts about this?
You know what? I'm kind of just rolling with it every 5 days. We hit a point in the season this year, the halfway point, and I really had to look at myself in the mirror and go, this has to change. This has to be different. I have to start executing pitches better. I have to start utilizing my other weapons besides my fastball. And Ray and I got together, and it was a few things that I had to do that I took into my catch play in between starts, and I took it into my bullpens as well. I like to throw every pitch, and I'll throw my first pitch, and then it'll set up the next pitch, and kind of just go from there.
We got who's helping you there?
I like that.
Who is that?
Elias. He's being us out. He's safe. That's cool. That's something I will never do.
No swinging bunt hits for you.
No swinging bunt hits, but I'll try and lay down a drag.
Hey, we got a question for you. Edgar Santana was on a while ago, and he was showing off his biceps the other day in Milwaukee, and he was asked a Twitter question about who would win in that bullpen with arm wrestling, and we really weren't sure who could be competition with him. I think Brault is the guy that could beat him. What do you think?
I don't know if I would choose Brault out of all the guys out there. I don't know. Edgar's biceps are pretty big.
He said everybody's afraid of him.
So no, for our bullpen catcher, Jordan Comandina would be my bet. He's built like a tank. We always chest bump before games, and I stopped. I only did it a few times, and I stopped because it was hurting me so bad. And there's solid muscle, and there's nothing else there. Except muscle. So. Well,
I'm glad you brought him up, because I brought him up also as somebody that would probably give him a run for the money. Yeah. Catchers are tough guys.
They are. They're really tough. I wouldn't arm wrestle Serby. I mean, Jacob Stallings, I think I could take him on, but other than that, all the other catchers, I think I wouldn't mess with.
I don't discount Yuki or Herbie either, by the way.
Yeah, they got a little crazy in them.
They got
a little crazy.
No question about that. By the way, just so you know, full disclosure. Last inning, we asked folks to send in a hashtag Bucks Booth to vote. Bob said he was going to bring up Brault just because he's your buddy. And he said, all Trevor's going to do is bust out laughing when I mentioned Brault for that.
For the arm wrestling?
Yeah. So
yeah, he's an interesting pick. Everyone sees red, and everyone's got a breaking point, and I've seen Steven see red once, and it was scary. Everyone, once you see someone snap for the first time and they see red, and it's you don't look at them the same way anymore.
You don't have that button, though, do you? You're just
you haven't
level
seen me
evil
snap.
key.
You haven't seen me snap. I think there's certain things that make me mad, and it takes a lot for me to get worked up. But everyone's got a breaking point.
Now most guys, when they do have a little bit of a, they want to yell at themselves a little bit, they go down in that tunnel. Do you do that also? You go down there, kind of get it out of your system, come back up and sit down?
Sometimes. I'm a yeller because I have to make my 91 look a little scarier than it is. So I yell. I don't know if you guys have a field mic, but I grunt a lot when I pitch. I kind of have an alter ego out there, and that was kind of part of my problem too earlier in the year when I was struggling. So last year I would get way too amped up when I would start, and I had to peel back, almost give the appearance like I was pitching bored, because I would get so amped up and so fired up, and it was taken away from my pitch execution. And then when it was going good at the beginning of the year, I started getting too lax, and it started with my start in San Diego, because I knew I was going to be extremely amped up for that. I had a lot of family here. I had a lot of friends here, and I knew like I had to really, really slow it down. And I think at that point it was like the lowest I felt like I was pitching really bored, and that didn't work for me because, you know, from that start on, it was getting worse and worse and worse, and I lost that edge. I lost that fire. And Ray and I had to sit down. And I said, look, I have to start pitching angry again. I have to start being up, and I have to start, you know, pitching ferociously. So so that has helped me going forward. And I have to pitch angry, have an alter ego on the mound. I'm a nice guy off the field, you know, outside of the white lines, but inside the white lines, I like to have this alter ego of like a little bit of
the assassin.
Well, no, so
sure.
So now,
well,
now we got we got Chet. Chad calls Chet his alter ego. Now we can come up with your nickname.
Well, I don't have a nickname. I'm going to stick with Project so I can exploit my I can exploit my charity.
Project 34.
But
that's
I
good.
get.
What do you think? Is that fair? You got a good
fair. Looks fair.
All right, it is fair.
Frazier's going to score. He should score. He should score. He should score.
Keep going, Trevor. Tell us.
He should
Get
safe.
Yes. Trevor Williams called it. He was right there. The 2-run double for Polanco makes it 3-0 Pirates.
That's cool. I've gotten us 2 runs. I think I might just stay here with you guys.
That's all right. You shouldn't.
Hey, runs have been hard to come by for the last few weeks. So
did you give Polanco the steering wheel just now, by the way?
I did. We turned left together. All right. I turned left yesterday too, and I got a single, but no one else turned left with me.
So the 2-run double for Polanco gives the Pirates a 3-0 lead.
Hey, how about what Frazier's doing with the bat?
He's my favorite player.
It's absolutely amazing. Not just base hits, the home runs, the hitting, the extra base hits. It's just crazy.
Yeah, what do you think of him, Trevor?
He's my favorite player. He's going to play for a very long time. He has a great baseball IQ. He makes the plays defensively. Like we'll see him in the outfield because he's not a natural outfielder, and we'll see him in the outfield running down balls. In BP, when he's getting his reads, he'll run down some balls that we thought he shouldn't be able to run down, but he does it. He's a solid player and knows how to hit. He's a guy. He doesn't care who's out on the mound. He doesn't care who's pitching. He doesn't care what situation it is. He just gets his hits, and it's just been fun to watch.
The way he hits those left-handers, he's got to have a little fearlessness in him. I'm guessing, and you probably know that better than us.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. He's very stoic. He doesn't show much emotion. You don't know if he just watched a sad movie or if he just got done watching a comedy act. But he's stoic, and it plays well, and that's how his game is, and that's how he flourishes. And it's been fun to watch the past few weeks.
Who is the best? Because we talked about guys that might snap. Who's the best at that?
Who snaps the best?
Who snaps the best?
Okay, a sneaky snapper. Is Colin Moran. he blows up really good.
He's one of those tunnel guys in.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, there's some good stuff. I like to collect broken things, and I've got a few Colin Moran stuff.
So he's a good one.
Yeah, he's a good blow up guy.
Do you poke the bear at all like Bob Walk used to do?
Yeah. Now, we had stealth guys that would blow up, and I've told this story
Polanco
before.
takes off the third.
I would, when I knew they were on the edge. I would throw out oh man, you can't hit it better than that, or something like that. Knowing that was going to push him over the edge. Do you see? I could see you doing some things like that, or hang with them. Oh, you hit that one good. Little things like that. Is going to get to them.
For me, I follow the golden rule of do to others what I would want. Like if I'm in that situation, what would I want to hear? It's a lot like you getting taken out after an outing where it's, oh, that's nice, that's fun, baseball's fun. Oh, you better beat it. Ooh. Like, should I go tap him on the back after this outing? If it was me, I wouldn't want to be tapped on the back. So right. For me, it's what would I want if I was in that situation? But certain guys you cannot poke the bear.
Absolutely, yeah.
Certain guys you can, and it's a relationship thing too, especially with these call-up guys. You don't want to your first conversation with them.
No, it's got to be somebody that you've been around for years,
right.
And you know them,
right.
And you know what pushes their buttons, and when you can play with them a little bit, and when you can't.
Right. I think when Chad's out there and things are rolling good, especially after he gives up a few like jam shot hits where he's beating the hitters and he's breaking bats and they're singles. You just go up to Chad and you just, you know, you give him the palms up and go, baseball's so fun, isn't it? Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Who's firing the seeds and the towels?
This is Marte.
Okay.
But we're getting him back if he's good. We're trying to get some seeds in my mouth, but I'm not a seed guy. Oh, that was a good pitch.
The podcast is toned down, right?
It's toned down. Yeah. It's one of those things where we love doing it, and it was a good mental break for me. Like, look, when we were doing it on our off days, for me, I have to completely think. Here we go. That's awesome.
Baseball is fun.
Baseball's fun right now for the Pirates, not for the Reds.
Stolen base.
But
Blanco and Cervelli.
You know, if for me on my off days and stuff's going rough, I need to completely shut my brain off. This game is so hard, and when you get wrapped up in the numbers and what's going on, and you just constantly think about that, and it carries over into an off day, it's tough. That should be a run for us.
Nice job. Nice job, Osuna. Sacrifice fly, 4-0.
Always love it to see those guys go the other way when they're trying to get the ball in the air.
Yeah, and he put it out there. I mean, he hit that one to the fence. He's got some great power. It hasn't. Last year we saw it on display a little bit more than this year. Granted, we saw him a little bit more last year, but he's a great ball player, and he's going to take this opportunity and run with it for the rest of September.
For a lot of players, I was talking about this earlier about Osuna. They've always been the best guy or one of the best guys everywhere they've ever been. And you get to the big leagues, and now suddenly you're a bench player. You got a pinch hit. Different world for them, and sometimes the adjustment is a little tougher.
Coming.
Here you go. No way. No way. That is classic.
That hurt so bad. That hurt so bad.
We should not be surprised. We're sitting right now on the Supermo.
Boom.
Look at that.
Yeah, just believe it or not, I'm an athlete, guys. Believe it or not.
The fact that it occurred while you're on with us, that was beautiful.
We've had a lot of special things happen. Like, we just scored 3 points for us. We had some double steals. We had some swinging bunts. We had a lot of stuff going on. So this is special.
Oh man, that's nice work. Little dab, little toss into the net. Trevor Williams with us, and hopefully this half inning continues so we can keep you. We promised a half inning, so we're going to stick to our promise. But just in case it ends soon, just do want to ask you about, in all seriousness, this pitching staff right now looks like it is going to be a force, not just the rest of this season, but for next year.
It really is. The addition of Archer is huge. He's going to really make us better. His stuff complements everything, and it's going to be fun to watch next year. And I'm definitely excited to see how we finish out this year.
Man, that might be our most fun half inning of the year. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, if we need 3 more runs, just come tap me on the shoulder and I'll come down.
Thanks, Trevor Williams.
See you guys.
Great stuff. Pirates lead 4-0.
RAV 4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
Charlie loves Bob Walk. How about that?
How you doing, Charlie?
Another fan.
Look at that.
Look at the big smile, knowing that Bob's on right now, talking about him.
Charlie, I'm right here. Look,
Yeah.
look, right here. Yeah, here I am. Oh, what a beautiful puppy.
How about that?
You know, and I think I need to say hi to Snickers up on Mount Washington. I know Snickers is watching tonight. She watches every Pirate game. And anytime there's fireworks, like we hit a home run or something, she runs out onto the balcony to watch the fireworks. She knows the Pirates have hit a home run. So, Snickers, I know you're watching up there, so we're going to hit a few more home runs tonight for you. Get ready for the fireworks.
Nice backhand play. Pablo Reyes guns it across to get the out there.
And Snickers loves pup night.
Oh, I thought Snickers is not a cat.
No.
Oh.
No, Snickers is a small canine.
Well, backhand play made by Reyes. Quick couple of steps. And Jordy Mercer needs a new glove.
Don't tell me. The
Old Reliable, hopefully.
Yeah,
that's
Old
not.
Reliable. Old Reliable can always be fixed. Maybe had a broken piece of rawhide or something. Or that could be Old Reliable.
Maybe.
Maybe he just got repaired.
Oh. But he keeps looking at it like it's foreign to him, so.
He is checking it out.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely not Old Reliable.
He's not comfortable with that one. 0-2 on Votto. They're working on it. Jay Hay, Elias Diaz, Ben Potenziano.
Uh-oh, I don't like their look on their face.
That didn't look promising, did it?
It like could be critical.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Old Reliable's going on the DL.
Yeah, that's not good.
Trip to Dr. Bob Patterson might be in order.
Could be the only man in America could fix that.
Former Pirates pitcher Bob Patterson. That was almost more than a hobby, wasn't it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Boy. 2 outs. My goodness, this is something for Musgrove. 2 up and 2 down. Point Park University tweets. People liking Trevor Williams, why not? Genuinely funny, good guy. Yeah, glad he's pitching for my team. Here, here, hashtag Bucks Booth.
Yeah, really,
Third broadcast for the rest of September wouldn't be bad. We'd like it.
He definitely has that in his future if he wants it.
And he is a genuinely good human being.
Yeah. Got that right.
Scooter Gennett takes a strike.
Yeah, we were kidding around in between innings. Have him once a week at least.
Yeah.
Have him on.
Yeah. He's out in front of Scooter Gennett 0-2. Trevor Williams, he gets it. You know, just that old country music song. He's got whatever it is. He's got it.
Quote today is, I don't pitch for myself. I pitch for my teammates and the uniform.
And a strikeout. Musgrove is dealing. 9 pitches. He has struck out 6. And in case you missed it, Trevor Williams, it's been a magical year for the Pirates starter. Look at this while he's on the air with us. Ho-hum. Dab it. Oh, nice work there. Is that, what did I hear, Cookie? That dog's name, I believe. Strike is called on Pablo Reyes, making his first major league start tonight. Flied out to center field in the second.
Yeah, doggy swimming pool.
There's a long line.
Nice touch. It's awfully hot up there.
Yeah. Reyes flied to center field his first time up, so he's 0 for 2. His first 2 major league at bats. He's going to turn 25 years old tomorrow. Deep short, long throw, safe. His first major league hit is an infield single. Now they're waiting to throw it out because they want to see if they want to challenge. Suarez is waiting before he decides to toss the ball out.
This is a first for us. Having to wait to see if somebody got their first big league hit.
And safe.
Yep.
That was kind of funny. Suarez, the third baseman, held the ball until he saw his bench was not going to challenge, and then he tossed it to the Pirates. Great look on our Allegheny Health Network Super Mo. Kamar Barti, first base coach, congrats. Reyes hit .289 at AAA this year. A couple players that had to be added onto the 40-man roster before they could come up to the big leagues. There we go. Joey Cora tosses it to Elias Diaz.
That's one of the favorite gag in the old days, if you'd throw that ball in and then they'd have another one in their hand that you didn't see, and they'd do the little switch and they'd act like they just threw your ball into the stands, and you'd be out there on the bases.
They've got to come up with another gimmick though now because of the netting.
Yeah, they can't do that anymore.
Reyes stole 13 bases in 20 tries at the minor league level. Netting extending to the end of the dugouts.
Difficult now to toss a ball into the crowd.
Takes off and it's popped up. Reyes picks up his third base coach and scrambles back to first. Joey Cora letting him know, get back. Quite a moment for him.
It's an excited young man right there.
He's got a lot of personality, a lot of energy. Well, Joe Musgrove, will he be bunting?
He might, but you know he doesn't want to.
He's got 3 sacrifice bunts this season. And make it 4.
Whoa.
Look at that, not conceding anything. Hustling down that line.
And Joe plays as hard as any player I've ever seen, as far as the effort he puts into everything he does.
It really is something to see.
Look at it. It's a routine. You know, there's a feeling of relief when you see the ball and it's rolling out there. You know, oh, I've done my job. And you kind of, a lot of times, especially if it's just a routine bunt, you relax a little bit. You're like, ah, I got it. I got it down. No, Joe's is just like, I'm going to beat this on a bunt, essentially back to the mound. A lot of fun to watch him. Well, just about everybody that goes out there for the Pirates, you can say the same thing about
and really just the way he carries himself, not just when he's out on the mound or
he's
at the
a little
plate.
different.
Just, he's got a little edge to him. He professional. As Marte drives one deep to right center field, and it is Marte Parte time. Opposite field for Marte, number 18, and a 6-0 Pirates lead.
Nothing wrong with that Bucco offense tonight. They are breaking out early.
Been almost a month since Marte went deep. So a sense of relief for him.
Big hug from Polanco. Ball coming in on him, and he was hitting it the other way.
And there, ground ball, and try to sneak it down the right field corner. Adam Frazier has doubled, walked, and now bounces to first. Starling Marte, the home run, and a 6-0 Pirates lead.
Brought to you by Barrel Automotive. Visit Barrel.com to learn more about our 3 conveniently located collision centers. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
6-zip Bucks. Pablo Reyes, the infield single, his first major league hit, and Starling Marte homered with 2 outs. Cody Reed giving up 6 runs in his 4 innings. Eugenio Suarez struck out his first time up. Joe Musgrove has set down 10 in a row since he gave up the only hit of the game, a 2-out single to Joey Votto. Another look at the home run.
A slider down and in. You don't see that hit the other way out of the ballpark very often. Ball coming, down. If he takes that pitch, it's going to break back in by his back foot. I'm sure had Reed shaking his head, thinking, how do you do that? Well, 1-2 count. Trying to pick up another strikeout.
Different look to this game for Musgrove. After giving up 6 runs on 8 hits against these Reds on a Sunday afternoon in June. One of those hits, a 2-run homer by this man, Eugenio Suarez. Whoa.
Close.
Could have gotten that one.
And Joe didn't throw up his hands or anything. Just get the ball back, go again. Got away with a mistake pitch on that one.
Even on Suarez.
How about that?
Star Dog.
With the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Hollywood Star Dog. about that?
On Instagram.
That's a fair ball, and Reyes a long throw across for the second out. For the first out, rather, of the 5th inning, his second assist. Free Shirt Friday comes up Friday against the Marlins, 7:05. First 20,000 fans get a Pirates Roberto Clemente number 21 t-shirt. And a reminder, it's also a $1 dog night. All night long, hot dogs for $1 thanks to Sugardale. Pirates.com/Free Shirt Fridays for tickets. Sterling Marte modeling that t-shirt. Scott Schebler. Strikeout victim his first time up. 6 Ks for Musgrove, 11 in a row retired. Joe Musgrove started the year on the disabled list, right shoulder muscle strain. Nice stop. Frazier plants, throws, and almost got him. It was so interesting to hear Trevor Williams talk about Frazier's abilities and making plays that you don't expect him to make.
Well, there he probably ran a little too far with that ball before he planted his foot.
Now one more step.
Now, there's 2 ways to do it: to try to plant your back foot and get really something on the throw, or jump in the air and use all arm. You're not going to have as strong a throw, but you'll be quicker getting rid of the balls. And that time Frazier decided to try and get that right foot planted in the ground, something to push off with so he can get a strong throw in. And I think it just took him probably 1 step too many to finally get stopped to where he could, go at it in that way with that right foot planted in the ground.
And this wild pitch will move up Schebler to second.
Yeah, it really looked like Cervelli did everything perfect. Down to his knees, got the glove on the ground, ball came up, got the chest protector. A little bit of spin on the baseball. And kicked it off to the left side.
And he gets the strikeout. Barnhart concedes, heads back to the dugout. 7 for Big Joe.
It's his high this year.
It is 7. No, I'm sorry, 9.
9.
Back in July against the Nationals.
Yeah, a good opportunity to hit that. It's a good baseball number, 9.
First pitch strike on Phillip Ervin. Dilson Herrera is on deck. So that Whistler is loosening in the bullpen. Joe Musgrove, his first Pirates start on May the 25th, went 7 shutout innings against the St. Louis Cardinals in his Pirates debut. A little pop up.
Sawed him off.
Frazier makes the play. 5 shutout innings for Joe Musgrove, with Pittsburgh leading 6-0. First, 1 o'clock, Bucks Marlins. Then at 6, Dana Holgerson and his West Virginia Mountaineers play host to the Youngstown State Penguins. All part of Wild and Wonderful Sports, and it kicks off live Saturday at 6 on AT&T Sportsnet. WVU took care of business Saturday. Beat SEC rival Tennessee 40-14. Senior QB Will Greer throwing 5 TDs, 429 yards in that one. And a first pitch roller to second. Retires Polanco, who had singled and doubled, driving in a run his first 2 times up. Twins, triplets.
Good looking group there, huh? There's a good looking group. All the pitchers kind of huddled around as always. Williams, Tayo, they were talking with Musgrove a few moments ago.
You'd think on a hot night he'd just be seated right there getting, so he's just pacing.
Well, you'd think he'd have a big coat on.
Yeah.
Where's his coat?
I don't know. He walked out the dugout with a big jacket.
He loves that big coat of his.
Cervelli drove in the first run of the ball game in the first inning. He's hitting .350 against lefty pitchers on the year.
You know, earlier there's the coat. Look how thick that is, Greg.
Yeah, I know. That's a.
They'll keep you warm in January.
Yeah.
Folded nicely on a folded towel.
We are pregame.
There's the coat. Only 90 up. You know who he reminds me of with a coat on?
Oh, yeah. St. Louis?
Yeah. Mr. Shannon.
Yep. Mike Shannon. He's always got that black jacket.
Black coat on. No matter
doesn't matter the weather.
Temperature was.
Yep. Those Cardinals leading the Nationals 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Cubs and Brewers playing in Milwaukee, 1-0 Chicago. Game's in the second. Talking there with Justin Message, assistant pitching coach to Ray Searage. With 2 outs, Jose Osuna had a sacrifice fly to right field in the third. Lined the ball hard to third baseman Eugenio Suarez his first time up. Turned out to be a double play. And he's going to shoot one through the right side. 3 good at bats there for Jose Osuna. Speaking of the Cardinals, the Pirates will be hosting the Marlins this weekend here and then hit the road, take on the Cardinals in St. Louis next Monday. And tonight's Allegheny Health Network injury update. Adam Wainwright finally set to make his return to the Redbirds rotation. It'll be against the Pirates on Monday. He's been out since mid-May, right elbow inflammation. Also had him shut down for a time in April.
He said today he feels like a September call-up.
He'll be called upon to pitch a big game. The Cardinals and the Brewers are the top 2 wild card positions. St. Louis 5.5 back of the Cubs in the Central.
The Brewers with a big win yesterday. Did you see the end of that game, Greg?
Yes. Chris Bryant backhanding the ball instead of throwing home. Tried to turn a double play against Christian Yelich. Stepped on third.
I think he could have had the double play easy if he went to second.
Yeah. Well, anything but taking 3 steps to third.
He did the worst thing he could do.
Right.
But yeah, that was it's things like that. In July, we don't even talk about, but now you're getting to where the pennant race and, you know, those 2 teams playing each other. That was a huge ball game and came down to that play.
Oh, nice diving stop. Suarez throws to first and robs Luplow of extra bases.
Pretty good arm from his knees, wasn't it?
Eugenio Suarez, who committed his 17th error of the year earlier. That's a great play here. On to the 6th. Here's Gabriel Guerrero pinch hitting now for Cody Reed. I was mistaken, by the way, when Kuplo just grounded out that great play by Suarez. Popped up, first pitch. Cervelli. And oh no! Pablo Reyes called him off. And overruns it.
He just a little too enthusiastic in his first game. Look at Cervelli talking to him, trying to make him feel better. I mean, that's what he wants to do when the ball is kind of out toward him just a little bit. Oh, well, hopefully we can continue to laugh about this as the inning goes along, but just a little bit too much rookie exuberance on that one. You know, Cervelli did the right thing. He stepped forward, got out what he thought was out of the way.
Now Musgrove wants it.
Look at Joe. What pitcher goes to the dugout railing to catch foul balls other than him?
He does it routinely.
Oh yeah,
we've
we've seen it
all the time.
I mean, he would have been diving over the rail to catch that. You got it, Joe.
See, Osuna was yelling, "I got it, I got it."
Joe kind of ran to the wrong spot, it looks like.
Another pop-up. This is well out of play.
Oh, and that one's not caught either. That's
goodness.
3 that have dropped. Went off a fan's hand. He didn't bring a glove. Hit a nice 2-hopper to Reyes. Oh, change up. It could be right here. Change up. 2-hopper to Reyes. 1, 2. Foul ball.
Musgrove facing the pinch hitter Gabriel Guerrero, who is making his major league debut right now. Nephew of Hall of Famer now, Vladimir Guerrero. And Big Joe gets the strikeout. That's number 8.
Nothing fancy about this one. Fastball, center square.
Ball 1 on Billy Hamilton. 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. And a liner caught by Jordy Mercer. Able to time it.
Yeah, didn't jump too soon. He gave it a little 1001, 1002 before he jumped.
Excellent play by Jordy Mercer.
Wait for it. Wait. Now go. There you go. How high did he get you think?
Way up there. I mean, it's Jordy can sky. And a fly ball to Polanco. 1, 2, 3. After the strikeout, Jordy Mercer went up to get the Hamilton soft liner. 6-zip. For baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. It's the first major league hit in his third big league at bat. That occurred leading off the fourth inning for Pablo Reyes. Listed at 5'8", 170. Again, he'll turn 25 years old tomorrow. He scored when Marte homered. Reyes, 356 at-bats at the minor leagues. By the way, Guerrero stays in the game to play center field. And here's the new Reds pitcher, Matt Whistler. Between innings, Francisco Cervelli had fun with Pablo Reyes.
Well, that's all you can do with a play like that. Is you got to laugh about it. It's a long year. Stuff like that's going to happen, and you just hope it happens at a time when it doesn't really make a difference. And it ended up being an easy inning, even though that ball was not handled.
Reyes pops up to Votto. Brings up Jordy Mercer, who was 0 for 2. Cody Reed went 5 innings, gave up 6 runs. They were earned because the ball that Cervelli hit in the third inning, I had assumed was an error on Eugenio Suarez, but he was given a hit. So all runs earned against Cody Reed. Suarez was not charged with his 17th error of the year. He's, other than that, made a couple of fine plays. And Cervelli gets a hit out of it. So he's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Ball and 2 strikes. Caught looking.
Not really. That ball was inside a little bit.
And let's go back to the studio. Rob King has this game break. All right, Rob, thanks. The Cardinals second in the wild card positioning. The Brewers have the top spot by a game and a half over the Cardinals, with the Dodgers a game behind St. Louis. Dodgers taking on the Mets tonight. Cubs lead 1-0 at Milwaukee in the second. Joe Musgrove, a couple of strikes on him. Trevor Williams, we had him on in the third inning. He's talking to Chris Archer.
Yeah, Trevor, like everybody else, really feels confident about next year's rotation and pitching as a whole. Mentioned Archer, a great addition.
is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
6-0 as we go to the 7th inning. Pirates lead. MLB At Bat is your #1 Pirates app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Pirates home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Big Joe trying to go 7.
How long those fingers are. Wait till the ball just kind of disappears in his hand. Always goes for that change-up grip, it looks like, before he goes in the glove, and maybe changes it, maybe doesn't.
Two 2-0 on Votto. Votto has one of the 2 hits. It came with 2 outs in the first inning. The other hit the infield single in the 5th by Scott Schebler. Joe Musgrove has pitched at least 7 innings in 6 of his last 10 starts. 6 or more innings 11 times in his 16 starts overall.
You would think this would be his last inning of work. Get close to the end of the season. Want to be very conservative with these arms that are going to be the foundation, we hope, of a very good team next year. Bullpen arms, the starters, all of them.
Pirates have the good fortune of having 3 consecutive Thursdays off. So these starters will get an extra day of rest as Polanco makes the catch. News and notes coming your way on the lowdown. How about Brandon Phillips, the former Red? He's up for the Red Sox now. They're playing in their minor leagues.
Didn't know he was still playing.
Michael Franco going to have an MRI on his right hand and wrist. The Phillies' third baseman. Yasiel Puig going to serve his 2-game suspension today and tomorrow. A scuffle in the Mariners clubhouse. It's an interesting story to watch.
See where Ryan Howard said he was retiring today. Foul potato.
Scooter Gennett flirted with his 21st. He has struck out twice.
Last year spent after pretty successful, I think anybody would say, major league career. Spent a year in the minor leagues trying to hang on, and that was last year. Couldn't find work this year and announced his retirement today.
Is he going to retire as a Philly?
Probably.
And now Gennett turns on it, and Scooter Gennett hits number 21. Like last night, he ended the shutout bid. Pirates were leading 5-0 in the 8th when he homered with 2 outs against Kyle Crick, and here with 1 out in the 7th. Gennett, number 21.
High changeup, maybe? I didn't see a lot of movement on that ball, and it was only 85 miles an hour.
In the previous pitch, he had pulled foul that had home run distance.
Which makes me really think it was a changeup. That's kind of a basic pitch you want to throw, but he just really didn't execute it as far as location. Rodriguez will get up and throw.
In on his hands, and Suarez singles.
Take another look at that pitch that hit out of the ballpark. And, yep, change-up grip,
Change up spin.
Allegheny Health Network Supermo look.
The Scooter's eyes closed when I hit that. Might have been, Greg.
Wow.
Yeah, we're just slowing things down now for Rodriguez. You had Cervelli go out there, and then that you know, delayed the game a little bit. And you let him chat for a second, then Ray calls time. He goes out.
Yuki Rojas can answer the phone.
Is he ready?
He will likely face Tucker Barnhart if Musgrove is unable to get Schebler.
Possibility is he could face him no matter what. Be 90-some pitches.
Schebler last time up hit that ground ball toward the second base bag that Adam Frazier backhanded. Strong throw, but Schebler beat it out.
Well, this time you have Frazier cheating up the middle, they're looking for a double play, so he can't get that far from the bag. The same ground ball could possibly end the inning.
Oh, liner to right center. 3 straight hits.
That was a little Pete Rose-like, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of the more unusual stances for a big man.
That Cincinnati red uniform, crouched way down. He came out of the crouch with the line drive.
That will be it for Joe Musgrove. 6 1/3 solid for Big Joe. He's going to exit with a 6-1 lead. Richard Rodriguez will inherit a couple of base runners. Pirates leading 6-1. The horse or the moose did the job.
Big and strong no matter what. And he certainly did the job. All the strikeouts early. And, you know, it's hard to keep your pitch count in shape and strike out all the guys like he did. But he pretty much did. If he hadn't given up a you know, a couple of hits here, he would have been able to easily finish this game and still keep, or not the game, finish the inning. And he'd have his 7 innings and he'd been under 100 pitches. Got all the Ks and hopefully going to get this win.
Punched out 8. Richard Rodriguez faces Tucker Barnhart.
Rodriguez on the year does a great job of stranding runners that he inherits when he comes into ball games. Be really nice to see him do that here.
Edgar Santana has been unable to pitch since last Wednesday. Last time he was out, he's got physical issues, so Richard Rodriguez been called upon.
Sore biceps.
Yeah.
Bicep discomfort.
2-1.
Yeah, I'd like to see Musgrove end up with just the 1 earned run today. That would be very good.
Here's Edgar Santana. Barnhart, one of the 8 strikeouts for Joe Musgrove. Suarez singled and then moved to third on the base hit by Schebler. Tucker Barnhart with the 9 homers and 41 runs batted in. Joe Musgrove standing there talking to like Tyone and Stallings.
Oh, did he? That would have been a nice one to get.
Full count on him.
Yeah, a lot of times, Greg, the kind of specialists that come in the middle of the innings are sinker ball guys, because you're always looking for that double play, but not Rodriguez. He is more of a strikeout guy.
A walk to load them up. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the Hold True moment later in tonight's game. Joe Musgrove, his line not complete yet. Responsible for 2 men now, both in scoring position thanks to the walk, and Cervelli walks out to talk to Richard Rodriguez. And pretty sternly, it looks like.
We don't see Cervelli with the stern message very often.
Suarez, Schebler, Barnhart the runners. And does not get that call.
Williams earlier we're talking about seeing guys when they go red. I don't know if we've ever seen Cervelli do that. He's always seems so level-headed out there. Stern might be as far as he goes.
Yeah. This guy's pretty steady. Comes to his
oh, that's for
demeanor
sure.
on the mound.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's about as stoic as it gets.
Talked a lot about it this year, and with good reason. Pirates have 2 outstanding rookie late inning relievers. High level relievers. Defensive swing to stay alive. Now Crick loosens. Saw him last night. hoping to keep those 2 runs from crossing the plate. Work to be done here. Yeah. Big impact on the ERA right now. Musgrove's earned run average for the year stands at 366. Oh boy.
Man.
My goodness.
Yep.
Wow.
I thought that was headed for the dome. Didn't get up high enough.
A rare bout of wildness from Rodriguez.
Thank goodness this one wasn't high enough. Kind of getting his shoulder up there just in time to fend this ball off.
6-2 ball game, and Dilson Herrera bats as a pinch hitter for Whistler. And ball 1. Dilson Herrera, one-time free agent signed by the Pirates out of Colombia 8 years ago.
Well,
this is unexpected. And here comes Ray Searage. Quick trip out to the mound for the Pirates pitching coach. A walk and a hit batter.
They're going to have to make a change here real quick. He'd throw 2 more wide ones, so you got to kind of call timeout. Slow him down a little bit. Try to get him back into the strike zone and make sure Crick's got enough time so that he's loose coming into the game. It's gotten to the point, Greg, where I seem to take it for granted when the bullpen comes into the game that it's just, okay, this is over. But it's still just baseball, and things happen.
Nothing automatic. Still have to execute. I guess that is what makes what Rodriguez and Santana have been doing so impressive, more impressive. Because you do start to take it for granted. Dilson Herrera was traded to the Mets along with Victor Black, the pitcher. Late August 2013, the Pirates got catcher John Buck and Marlon Byrd in that deal. Great pickup for Pittsburgh.
Marlon Byrd played very well for the Pirates.
2-2 count now on the pinch hitter Dilson Herrera with 1 out and a run in. Base is still loaded. And a big second out, the strikeout for Rodriguez.
Good visit, Ray. Like that one. Right by him inside. Herrera trying to take a quick peek, hoping that that ball wasn't caught cleanly because he got a piece of it. Whatever you said, Ray, it worked.
Pitcher spot due up here with Guerrero having stayed in the game in the 6th. Now Mason Williams will pinch hit for the pitcher. Dilson Herrera batted for Gabriel Guerrero. Michael Lorenzen will be the new pitcher.
As long as he's not hit.
Yeah. Mason Williams, pinch hit appearance last night and flied out against Richard Rodriguez, so the same matchup. Back-to-back nights. So the Pirates defend this pinch hitter. StatCast AI powered by AWS. And the runners, Suarez, Schebler, and Barnhart.
Mason taking a little walk around.
Jose Peraza on deck. Still 1-2, a 23 pitch outing for Richard Rodriguez. Just got a piece of it.
Watch Cervelli try to catch this ball. Right now, get it, and you got a strikeout. Nope.
Another foul. 7 pitch at bat so far for Mason Williams against Richard Rodriguez. Mason Williams sharing the name of the former composer, classical guitarist Mason Williams, who had a hit song in the mid-'80s called Classical Gas. And that's pretty much what Rodriguez is throwing this Mason Williams, and he keeps fouling off pitch after pitch. This is something. Went away from the fastball there.
Yeah, tried a little something different, see if that would work. Nope, didn't. Yeah, he's pitched him, both sides of the plate too, in, out. Trick's ready if needed.
Another foul. And you get some pitches to work with, right? One ball, 2 strikes. There's Don Long, hitting coach for the Reds, former Pirates hitting coach. Can he get him to offer? Not that pitch.
Well, the one thing you haven't thrown him yet is off speed down out of the strike zone to try and get a chase. But now you're getting to that point where you're too far along in the count.
And he's going to finally get him.
Well played.
Reds score a couple. Pirates lead 6-2.
There, use those the biceps.
Fourth inning home run.
Opposite field on a looked like a slider, kind of breaking down and in on him. Hit it the other way.
His 18th of the year. Gave the Pirates a 6-0 lead in that fourth inning. Now here in the seventh, he'll get his fourth at bat. Lorenzen.
Talk about biceps. What about Lorenzen?
Yeah.
Looks like he knows his way around the gym a little bit.
Mason Williams stays in the game to play center field after that long at bat, and he right away makes the catch. Lorenzen, who's had a solid year on the mound and definitely at the plate. How about Adam Frazier?
Who was that Cincinnati Red back in the day? Didn't wear the sleeveless jerseys. He wouldn't wear sleeves. Had the big arms.
Ted Plazewski?
Yeah. I think Lorenzen might give him a run for his money. Ted.
Clue.
Teddy Clue.
Lorenzen.
Where's that 21 for Clemente?
Yeah. As Frazier lines out against him and back down to Danny Potash.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't just have strength when it comes to throwing the ball. Michael Lorenzen also has 4 home runs, including 2 as a pitcher and 2 as a pinch hitter. He's tried to become the first Major League player in the live ball era to produce at least 4 home runs in a season without starting a game. The Reds' record for home runs as a pitcher held by Hal Jeffcoat, who hit 4 in 1957.
Well, he can definitely hammer that baseball. There's no doubt about that. He uses those big arms when he goes to the plate. I mean, it's a kind of a nice thing when they have that extra pinch hitter on certain days when they know they're not going to use him in the bullpen to bring him up, and especially in that home ballpark, he can give you some instant offense.
Pretty impressive. Gregory Polanco, speaking of homers, homered last night. He is 2 for 3 tonight. RBI double in the third. Lorenzen, the Clemente Award winner for the Reds a couple years ago, so he does wear that 21 in honor of Roberto Clemente. Roberto Clemente Day here and throughout baseball tomorrow. The Pirates will have some of the Clemente family on hand in a pregame ceremony. Ooh.
Where'd it get him? Side of the foot. No padding there.
Well, dribbler try to beat it out. Safe at first. Polanco with his third hit.
Hustling hard. A little hesitation by the umpire. Thought about it. Definitely made the correct call.
Polanco 3 for 4. 10 hits now for the Pirates. Francisco Cervelli is 2 for 3. He had an RBI first inning single. 6-2 Pirates try to add on here. Cervelli with Polanco at first, 2 down against Michael Lorenzen. By the way, we've talked about this before without disrespecting people who think that that baseball should retire number 21. I think it's such a neat thing that Lorenzen does wear 21 in honor of Clemente, and that was one idea we passed along that would really honor Clemente. How about anyone who is either nominated for his team's Clemente Award the following year gets to wear 21 all year, or maybe just for 1 year the national award winner wears 21, and the only one to wear 21 in baseball would be the Clemente Award winner for a season. And that'll do it. 5-3. The Pirates strand a runner as we head to the 8th. Pirates leading at 6-2. Bucks up here 6-2. Roberto Clemente Day tomorrow throughout baseball. Nominees announced for each club. Jameson Taillon for the Pirates, Tucker Barnhart for the Reds, and here's Kyle Crick on the mound now for the Pirates here in the
Kyle's
8th.
numbers on the season are excellent. ERA at 2.58 and not giving up many hits. 2.22 opponent batting average.
He pitched the 8th inning last night with the Pirates leading 5-0, and he gave up an infield hit to Billy Hamilton, got Joey Votto to bounce into a double play before giving up a home run to Scooter Gennett and striking out Eugenio Suarez. Jose Peraza was 0 for 3 against Joe Musgrove, who went 6 1/3, gave up 2 runs. Peraza, 1 of the 8 strikeouts against Musgrove. Pirates are 6 outs away from winning their 11th game of the year against the Cincinnati Reds. And there is Pablo Reyes, his first big league start. Looks good over there at third. He's mobile, a lot of range. 1 away. And mentioned Jameson Taillon, the Pirates nominee for the Clemente Award. He will pitch tomorrow against Homer Bailey in the concluding game of the series. Hopefully the Pirates will be looking at the chance to sweep Cincinnati Reds. Our Nissan road ahead. Last time the Pirates won as many as 11 games against Cincinnati, 2013. They went 11-8. 2003 they went 11-5. 1991 the Pirates went 10-2 against Cincy. But it will be really hard to match the 1937 Pirates, what they did to the 1937 Cincinnati Reds. That 37 team under Pied Traynor went 21-1 against Cincy. As Votto takes 2-2. Votto is 1 for 3. Oh, how about that? He tried a late decision to try and foul it off.
I mean, that was a center square breaking ball. Votto just totally fooled by it. And he did. He was just trying to foul that off. Look at the look on his face. Like, how did I not make contact with that?
How the Pirates have pitched against Votto this season. It's remarkable. He's hitting 196 against the Pirates this year. Scooter Gennett homered in the 7th. See that average? League best 320. Came in 5 points better than Christian Yelich of the Brewers. And this down the line and right and foul. Gennett is looking to become the first Red to win a batting title since Pete Rose hit .338 in 1973. Currently one of only 5 players.
Didn't that surprise you?
Hit at least 47 homers and drive in 179 the first 2 seasons with the Reds. Yes, it does surprise me.
I would have guessed they would have had maybe a couple of batting titles since then. All the great players they've had.
Think about it, their long, rich history, the Cincinnati Reds club, have only had 5 players win batting titles. Pete Rose did it 3 times. Ernie Lombardi won it in 1938. Ed Roush won it twice, 1917, 1919. Hal Chase, Cy Seymour, and Scooter Gennett has homered in back-to-back at-bats. That's number 22 and makes it 6-3.
You know what's weird about these home runs, Greg? He's hitting them through the same tunnel in right field. How does he do that? I mean, he's got the radar down on that.
He does. He's homered in back-to-back games against Crick. His 3rd home run of the series. A 6-3 game. Gives Gennett 84 RBIs on the year.
Their first home run went through that tunnel, and here's number 2.
That's
down the tunnel.
Pretty amazing. And now Suarez drives one deep. Luplo. There.
Not deep enough.
Pirates up by 3, head to the bottom of the 8th. Showcase local artists and tracks on Friday Night Rocks during every Friday Pirates game. Latecomer will be our featured performer Friday night. Pirates Marlins here at PNC Park. Friday Night Rocks presented by Iron City Beer. Here's Jose Osuna getting the start at first base tonight. He's had three good at-bats as Scooter Gennett has homered in back-to-back ABs and in back-to-back games against Kyle Crick.
First home run. Scooter got the. We got to play somebody in that tunnel. Somebody with a glove up there. What's on the other side of those tunnels?
What are the odds of that, by the way, of him doing that?
I was wondering. I mean, what if it goes through the tunnel? Could it take a big hop and actually get down into the river by going through the tunnel?
Have to take a pretty big hop, but. Probably.
Well, it could, as long as it bounces over that little short wall on the other side, it can roll down the hill, across the sidewalk. See the little wall?
Yeah.
It's got to get over that. Somehow. Roll down the grass into the water.
That would be unbelievable. Osuna pops this ball up foul. Barnhart out of play.
When I was a kid, I had this game called Mousetrap.
It's the second home run. They're looking for it. Where is it? Scrambling. Where is it?
Is that on the table? No.
Find us. Somebody find it.
Come on. Where did it go? Did I get it? Still don't have it.
Working hard.
But there was this marble that would like roll down all these contraptions and stuff, and finally, if it made it all the way to the end, it would drop this little basket down on top of a mouse. That's what it
reminds you of
the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to go all through all these little alleys, and it's got to be perfect to make it down to the river.
I think that's between sections 1 143 and 144, that tunnel. Scooter Jeanette found it both times. Felipe Vasquez, it's become a save situation, at least for now, as the Pirates can add a run or two. Felipe will be looking for his 30th save of the season. And Osuna on 9 pitches is down on strikes against Lorenzen. Jordan Luplow now looking for his first hit. He's been robbed of a hit twice by Eugenio Suarez at third base.
Tight slider right there. Lorenzen maybe calls it a cutter. 92. Fastball away. Lorenzen can hit him a long ways, and he also can throw hard.
Yeah.
A nice play going over the rain tarp with a bad leg. Had the brace on.
Oh, there's a shot up the middle. Luplow hit it hard.
Hung that breaking ball.
He's got his first hit tonight.
Curveball, you can see the knuckle up, the overspin, and just hung it belt high, and Luplow crushed it back through the middle.
Luplow took off, and Reyes was looking for his second career hit. Luplow off on the pitch. Pablo Reyes had an infield single in the 4th inning. His 3rd major league at bat. There's a veteran catcher, Ryan Lavarnway, bat in hand. This contract purchased today. Pirates had 1 available spot on the 40-man, but they had 2 players to add to the 40-man. And Buddy Boshier is a pitcher who was with the club for a brief time but never played. There's a line drive deep to right, off the fence for Reyes. Luplow going to be waved home, and the throw to the plate won't get him. Pablo Reyes, the little man, with his first big league extra base hit and RBI, gives the Pirates a 7-3 lead.
He takes that big leg kick and he lets the bat fly. And yes, you got to turn left. Notice this down in Atlanta in his first at bat, how, I mean, for a little guy, he takes the big cut, tries to drive the ball, and he drove this one only a few feet from opposite field home run. Right up on top of the Clemente wall, right up there at the on that part there where the seats are, where they look through the wall. Needed about another 6 feet for his home run.
That's pretty neat stuff.
And that might change who pitches the 9th inning.
Pirate dugout, Gregory Polanco.
Doing the curls there. You got to get stronger. The biceps.
And that's impressive. Michael Lorenzen, an accomplished major league pitcher. Right-handed hitters only .236 batting average against. And the Reds bullpen phone rings. Still 1-2 on Mercer. He looks for his first hit tonight. Pirates do have Dovydas Neverauskas up now. But Felipe's still up, so maybe he comes in if it's a 4-run lead, but not if it's a 5-run lead or more. His next save will be his 30th of the season. And a line drive to second.
Good job by the youngster. Freeze on the line drive, get back.
So tomorrow, Reds Bucks, Homer Bailey against Jameson Tyone. 6:30 Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason. For the Bucks and the Reds. Pirates, if things go well, 3 more outs. Will be looking to sweep Cincy. Colin Moran bats for Crick. Pablo Reyes, an RBI double. Stabbed by Lorenzen. That'll do it. Head to the 9th with a 4-run lead. First RBI for Pablo Reyes.
May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
7-3. Pirates lead the Reds. In the top of the 9th. Pirates and Reds conclude this series tomorrow. Off day Thursday. Reds in for the Free Shirt Friday. Or rather, the Marlins in for a Free Shirt Friday. And then Saturday, the middle game of the series. 1:05 start time. First 20,000 fans take home a Felipe Vasquez bobblehead thanks to Rivendell Farms. Pirates.com/bobbleheads. 1:05 Pirates Marlins on Saturday. Scott Schebler against Felipe. So no save situation. Just looking for 3 outs.
Down in that crouch.
There's Mercer. One away.
Vasquez missed that one, thank goodness.
There's Barnhart. Joe Musgrove going to go to 6 and 8 on the season.
You know, Greg, you know how when you get a double play situation, a middle infielder will always call the pitcher and say, hey, me and you.
Yeah.
It's debatable to me, you know, what that really does for you.
Right.
Doesn't really change anything you're going to do as a pitcher. But what might be come into vogue and be important is get the attention of the pitcher when you're going to play up the middle and say, hey, I got everything hit up the middle.
That's a great point.
Every time.
Yes. Not just double play situations.
No,
just
every time.
Yeah.
When you're playing up the middle,
yeah,
as say Jordy was right there, get it hey, up the middle, I'm right here. You know, don't take a wild stab at the ball and knock it off someplace where they might get a base hit when it's going to be a routine ground ball for me.
It's 2-2 on Barnhart. Pirates leading 7-3. Philip Ervin on deck. Hundred chases, 2 away. One more out to get for Felipe and giving Musgrove the win. Getting the Pirates to 68 and 71. We mentioned early on that the Pirates, including tonight, would have to go 15 and 9 in order to win 82 games and to avoid a losing season, finishing below 500. Tall order, but the way the pitching staff has been pitching, if you get any offense,
you get 4 runs a game, you're going to win a lot.
Yeah. On 2 strikes. Irvin was hit by a Richard Rodriguez pitch with the bases loaded in the 7th. Brought in the 2nd run of the game for the Reds. Those 2 charged to Musgrove. Two and 2. This would be the Pirates' 11th win of the season against the Reds. And Osuna will handle it and indeed raise the Jolly Roger for the 11th time this year against Cincy in 15 games.
Yeah, really nice to see the offense supporting some of this real fine pitching that the Pirates have been getting these last 2 games. And coming out and scoring runs, and of course Frazier, I mean, he's just been hitting the heck out of the ball for quite some time now. But this is kind of like I think, you know, looking ahead down the road, the game plan with this pitching staff they put together. You got to get that offense to where they're, you know, putting up 3, 4, 5 runs every night, and then you're going to win an awful lot of games if you can do that. Get some consistency to the offense.
Yeah, good stuff from the young players that came up.
Jordan. Well done.
And we'll go out to Rob and Michael.
Greg and Bob, thanks very much. It's a drum we've been pounding as well. The pitching has been so good. You just give them a little bit of support, and this team can be really effective.
Very effective, and you get to see a little bit of everything tonight. Stolen bases, tickets being punched, Reyes being a fire starter reminds me of a young Jay Hay out there just rolling around on the ground, running as hard as he can, helmet falling off. I love the game. They played with intensity. They played with their hearts on the sleeves today. Even though they're out of the race, so to speak, they went out there and played the game of baseball the right way.
And still something to play for. The guys are talking about 500. I would think that means something to these players. You want to have a winning record?
I think the way you end this season reflects huge on what goes on next season.
And Gregory Polanco, another big game for him, standing by with Dan Potash.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Rob. 3 more hits for El Cafe tonight. You know, you had a big weekend against the Braves. You hit the Braves really well. But now against the Reds in the last 6 games, you're 12 for 26. Are you aware of the fact when you're taking on a team that you put up good numbers and you look forward to that?
Oh, I don't even know about that, but, you know, I just go every night and give everything I got and try to have the team win.
I saw the excitement on your face when Pablo Reyes got his first double, his second hit of the night. What did it mean to you to see someone like that who gets the call up, gets in the field, gets a couple of hits?
Oh, for sure. For me, it means a lot because we're very close friends. And, you know, he's a hard worker. And, you know, he deserves to be here. And I'm enjoying to see him play.
Before I let you go, I got to ask you about tomorrow, big day, Roberto Clemente Day. I know that he's a big man in your history and means a lot to you. What does it mean to continue to play on a day in which we remember him?
Oh, that's a very exciting day tomorrow. You know, Roberto was a great player, but a great person too, you know, and for the community. And we love him, you know, we love his legacy. And, you know, we're going to get everything tomorrow, play hard, enjoy it because it's his day.
Greg, go get some ice on that toe. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Okay. El Cafe! And the book goes victorious. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
The slugging percentage, an even 500 for Gregory Polanco. But the guy I want to talk about now, as we promised earlier, it's our Miller Lite Hold True moment, and it's Joe Musgrove bouncing back. He's been cruising along. A great run of starts. Last couple starts ran into some trouble. Today, really in command.
Yeah, he was very clean. We talked about that with Archer. His ability to get on top of the baseball, that angle he creates, coming from the moon, because he's so big, so tall, and he picks with a little bit of swagger today that you haven't seen that much of. He was going out of the zone, consistently getting these guys to chase. The same game plan Trevor Williams had, going up above to go down below. Outstanding job of him. He executed with all of his pitches. The one thing that stood out to me today was how good his sinker was and how much depth he had on that slider.
6 in the third, 5 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts for Joe Musgrove as he picks up the victory. And the Pirates picked up a victory as well, 2-0 now on the 6-game homestand and 11-4 this season against the Cincinnati Reds. Coming up on Pirates postgame, presented by the Allegheny Health Network. More talk of Joe Musgrove. We'll circle back to Gregory Polanco as well, who continues to swing the hot bat. You'll hear from manager Clint Hurdle. We're going to check back in with Greg and Bob as well when we resume on Pirates postgame, presented by the Allegheny Health Network.